Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, everybody. We're here. We're live. It's time for the spider contest. That's right. We're about to get it going on as we let Raidzilla kind of play a little bit in the background there. We'll let that chill out for you guys. But yes, we are here. We are live. We have the spider event. We had dragons yesterday. We got spiders today. Super excited about this one. We got some big hitters coming out. We've got some of the strongest factions. We've got Sacred Order. We've got Demon Spawn. We've got Undead. We've got some of the biggest raid content creators here with Ivy League Gaming. We've got Skratch Plays and Hell Hades himself. This is going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited about this. We had our little collab yesterday. That's already up on YouTube if you want to go back and see that. But man, these guys, they've got some good chance to play with. They've got some challenges ahead of them though. And I'm really excited to see what we end up having as a result here today. So well, let's turn off that YouTube video and get you guys with some decent tunes in the background here. And yeah, welcome everybody. Guys, thanks for being here today.
Thanks, man. Looking forward to it. Bit nervous, but yeah, it's gonna be good.
Nervous.
Absolutely.
Well, cool. Everybody feeling confident? Who's gonna win this thing?
I'm anxious, so yeah, I'm not sure what's gonna happen.
A little bit
I'm
of
ready.
both. Yeah.
I'm ready to see it. I'm ready to see the results.
Okay, all right.
The Go Squad needs some points today, so like, I bought my best game. I bought my A game. I don't know if it's enough, but I'm trying.
That's all we wanted. That's all we wanted. Well, fantastic. Well, guys, you can see we have the board up. We're not going to spend too much time dilly-dallying and getting into this. If you want to hear all of their thoughts on like how this went and you know some of the challenges involved in this, we do have a collaboration I just put up on YouTube earlier today, actually. So you can definitely check that out and get kind of their thoughts on everything. But and if we have a little time at the end of this, maybe we'll go over some of the ideas and the challenges you guys thought and what you thought of everybody else's teams and stuff. But let's go ahead and jump in because we have, obviously we're gonna be doing 3 heats with each of these. We're gonna start off with Ivy League Gaming, and you have the Sacred Order faction, which has its own unique challenges. But why don't you go ahead and show us the team you're gonna be bringing today?
All right, let's take a look here. So we're gonna have.
Oh,
well, let's just start
Let
with.
me put it actually on the screen there. There we go. All right, now we can see.
Okay. Alrighty, we're starting with. Well, he's not going first. But actually, yeah, he is. Oh, we have Armiger. We have our damage dealer. He has enemy max HP, of course, with his A2. I wish I could use multiple Armigers for that skill alone, but unfortunately, I can only use one. So we're gonna enjoy his turn meter control, his enemy max HP, and of course I have him here. I went with the more consistent of War Master Mastery instead of Helm Smasher because I have a little bit too much RNG in this team already. I didn't need to add more to it. And I did go Evil Eye for that turn meter control of the spider as well. My second champion, actually he's going first. What am I saying? My decreased defense. We're going with a little bit of RNG with Phoenix.
Nice.
He has a 2-hitter usually, A1, and here we go. Decreased defense and decreased speed on his A3. So that comes in handy. Well, the reason I did not go Deacon for my decreased defense is because the AoE decreased defense actually worked against me, killed the spiderlings because everyone else hits a little too hard with their AoEs. And Deacon can control the turn meter of the spiderlings, which we don't want. We want the spiderlings to go so our boy Mordecai can do his job. So I actually had Mordecai in a shield set to stay alive, which in hindsight I wish I could take off right now. He could die, it would be fine. But it's okay, it's okay. It's a second or two, unfortunately. When my very first runs, I had 2 HP burners. I had Mordecai and I was using Cupidus. But I found it just took more time with having 2 HP burners in there. And so I took out Cupidus and I just have Mordecai. He's a little bit more reliable with the place. And he doesn't hit so hard that he kills the spiderlings. So 'cause he's just placing.
I love Mordecai. I think he's just one of the best, honestly, one of the best champions of this game. That HP burn is ridiculous. I love using him in Hydra specifically, but he seems like a no-brainer for this, absolutely. Oh, you're bringing Astralon in with half the gear on.
And Astralon is my crowd control. This is my Astralon. Yep, this is my Astralon. We're using him for the crowd control. There is no other crowd control in Sacred Order besides Provoke. There is no other AoE stun. There's no AoE freezes. Frostbringer doesn't bring the frost, as we say. So this is all I got. That's all I got. And I'm okay with that, except for the fact that he hits hard. He's strong affinity. So the issue of the spiderlings dying too soon was a problem. That's why I took out my extra AoE hitter when Cupidus, actually, and just stuck with him. And I am relying on a little bit of RNG for my absolute best run, which is not going to happen probably because that's never going to happen. But it's okay. We have one refresh accessory, and we have the mastery as well to have a chance to reduce the cooldown of a random skill. So my very best run in a perfect world is if Astrolon can use his A3 twice.
Okay. Yeah.
But I don't need it. It's still consistent without it.
Was that 4 champions or is that 5?
Yes, I am using 4.
Oh, you're using 4
So
champions.
I'm using 4 champions.
Doesn't even need a 5th.
I'll show you really quickly my
Wow.
AI and
The confidence.
Wow,
I don't need
I
5
know.
champions.
Yeah.
I love it.
Slowing me down. Sit down.
Right? All right. Okay. Okay.
All right. So
All right. So I just want wait before you jump in. We got to make sure. Are you going to show us the skill priorities? Perfect.
I can show the skill. Oh, the 60 frames per second. You want to verify?
We got to verify. We got to verify. We got to, get the drug test out of the way. Make sure everybody's working on a level playing field.
All right, we have Fenix going first with that decreased defense, as long as he lands it with only that 60%. It's a little bit RNG. That's when things fall apart when he doesn't. And then, of course, his A2 is turned off. Then we have Armiger leading and prioritizing his A2 for as much smash as we can get. We have Mordecai placing HP burn. And I don't need the extra turn meter control here with his A2. And I actually don't want him to control, I don't need it. It was actually really helpful without it. It was quicker without it. And then Astrolon here, of course, turning off his A2 as well. And yeah.
That's pretty great. All right. Very cool.
And
Yeah, let's just confirm your frames per second, and I think we'll be in good shape here.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
Unlimited,
60 frames per second.
Not on 60.
Low graphic quality.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Because my computer, I don't want to push it.
Hey, no, I get it. Keep that consistency.
Whatever I gotta do to make sure I'm not laggy, right?
Absolutely.
Alright, I gotta make sure.
Absolutely.
Alright. So.
And just you are recording,
That's
right? I do want to make sure.
On low.
It doesn't make any difference on low, I swear. I don't even see it. Don't even see it. Except low versus ultra, you see, but otherwise, meh.
And just make sure you're
Alrighty,
recording your
so-
run.
I am recording. Yep.
Okay.
That's good.
I'll be
There we go.
reminding all the competitors just so we can make this as nice as possible. All right, cool. Well, you're good to go. Let's see it. The first heat,
Alrighty.
spiders for Team CSI.
You better land that decreased defense, Phoenix.
Don't let me down.
Counting on you. Well, one of them.
Decreased
one
defense
of
is
the two.
there. Armiger, big hit.
Guns all landed.
Ooh.
Thank you. Astrolon. Come on.
Ooh.
This is where Mordecai could totally die and not stay alive in hindsight.
It's looking pretty good. Oh. Ooh. Oh.
It's close to my faster runs, but could be better. Not my best.
39 seconds. I'm blown away. Blown away. 39 seconds. Very impressive, I think. I think everybody can agree with that. Look what we got.
Yeah.
What a start. What a start.
All the pressure. I gotta keep the winning streak going for Smiley.
I see some sweat coming down Hades' face right now. Skratch is looking like he wants to throw up a bit.
I need a towel.
Yeah, I'm actually feeling like, oh, my stomach. Can I back out of it? Is it too late, you know? I want to call my mommy.
Wow. Wow. Okay, well, that's just the first heat. You got 2 more attempts to do even better than this. And you said this isn't your best time?
No, it's not my best time.
Woohoo! Let's do another heat. Let's see what we can do here. Okay.
Yes, he landed both. That's a better start.
Decreased defense and
But
decreased
he doesn't
speed.
really even need to. Alright. Okay, all the stuns again. Thank you, Astrolon.
Dude, Armiger armature really is OP. I can't believe under a minute with this team. Oh!
Come on, yes!
Oh my
best
god!
time. Boom, that's my best
29
time.
seconds!
Thank you. I was
That's
totally not
nice.
expecting that to happen live at all.
Wow!
Very nice, yeah.
Was that the personal record for this?
Yeah.
Yo!
That is awesome. What was that, a refresh accessory there? Is that what kicked it into
Yeah,
another?
and
Yeah,
the
it must have
match
been.
straight. I got 10 little % chance of something happening.
Wow.
I'll make sure we all know that's a personal record right there on that run. It was well done. Oh my goodness. All right, well, you still got one more. You still got one more. If you can do it, let's see if you can get even faster than that.
So my best was 24 seconds on unlimited frame rates, though. So
Got both.
can't
of them to
believe he
land again.
landed decreased defense every time. I was not. I was expecting the opposite.
So if somebody had so much luck, somebody's gonna have lots of bad luck after.
Oh,
60% of the time it works every time. Ugh.
100%. 100%. Oh. Wow. Jeez.
That's
Louise,
strong, consistent as well.
Seconds, yeah. Well, I know the
Very
next
nice.
team I'll be building personally. My Spider 20 team. That's fantastic. That's stupid good. Hades, Skratch, you got any commentary you'd like to share on that team right there?
Very nice.
I mean,
team.
it's a great team. It's a great team. No comment other than that.
I was expecting around the 40 seconds, but that 29 got me by surprise. So I'm pretty impressed.
Me too.
Three.
You chose the right time to go for a personal record, I have to say. That was just outstanding. Outstanding result there. I'm blown away, shocked. Yeah, just smart. I mean, you did all the things that you typically do, right? You got your turn meter decrease with Armature, you got your big hit with Armature, you got that HP burn, and the Astrolon stun, that AoE stun with the control. That was great. Wow. Jeez, wow. I mean, were there who else were you thinking of using? Was there anybody else other than I know you'd mentioned Cupidus, you'd
Cupidus.
mentioned Deacon.
Yeah. Well, and Deacon. I did start off with Deacon. I had no Fennex, Deacon, and then I had also Cupidus. That was the original team, but it was so RNG. It would be sort of fast, and then it would be really long. It was kind of Deacon was taking too many turns and wasting too much time, and he kept decreasing the turn meter to spiders, and I needed the spiderlings to go, and the single target turn meter of using just Evil Eye procs worked out better. So
Yeah, those were pretty massive watching that. Well, your team CSI is in the chat right now, sharing their support, and I think very proud of you at the moment, Smiley and Cold Brew right now. But yeah, well, that was great. I mean, geez, what a start. I don't even know what to say. I'm just rambling now because that was so impressive. But let's move on to our next competitor here. We got Skratch. The bar's been set, my friend.
I know, huh?
How are you feeling right now?
Honestly, a bit sweaty. I don't know if it's from the heat in the UK or it's because of what just happened, but I feel a bit sweaty, you know?
Okay, well, let's go ahead and put your team up here. Why don't you walk us through who you're using with the Undead faction? I know it's not Draco.
It's not Draco for sure. So basically, I kind of like expected to see a lot of crazy things like this. How I mentioned around 40 seconds. So I actually had to rely on a gamble team. I gotta go with RNG, play the game of RNG with RNG because if no, I was getting a consistent team at a time that I wasn't happy with, you know. So I'm gonna start with Crypt King Graal. So I have him on 3 speed sets. Total. I'm not gonna show you naked champions and 4-man teams and stuff because yeah. But basically he's 311 speed, 289 accuracy. So that's the first champion going the fastest.
Wow.
The second is definitely gonna surprise you. And we have no one else but Karam on a toxic set. And he is at 312 speed, 240 accuracy.
Interesting.
Masteries, they're all with War Master and stuff, so I don't think...
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I don't even know what Karam does. I've never used this champion in my life. I don't even know if I have one on my account. Explain Karam. This is outside of the box.
Hopefully we're gonna find out. Hopefully he's not gonna let me down. So basically, he detonates poisons, okay? Rot away, deals damage from all poisons debuffs on the target instantly. So
okay.
I'm relying on him. I'm relying on him to do a bit of work there, you know?
Okay.
So he is the second champion in the team. The third one is no one else but Bad Alcazar, and we have him right here. He's on a lifesteal set, has a bit of resistance, a bit of everything here and there. 72k HP, 254 speed, resistance, accuracy, War Master as tier 6. The next champion, this will be another surprise, most probably for a lot of you guys out there, is no one else but Anax. So he is on a toxic set, a speed set. We have 197 speed on him, decent attack, decent damage stats next to that accuracy.
Anax is good.
So I want to have that defense down as well. So hopefully he's not gonna let me down the same way that the Phoenix did for Ivy. I could have went with the AoE decrease Thermitter, but that's gonna slow me down because I'm gonna control all the spiderlings. The only champion that manipulates the Thermitter on a single target is Leech, which again is Force Affinity. It seems like every good champion for Spider in this faction is Force Affinity. If I want to make a decent run, you know. And the next one is no one else but Husk. So I have one on Savage and Cruel. Total stats right here. We have 183 speed, 85 crit rate because I'm going to use Battle Alcazar as lead, 311 crit damage. Masteries, we actually have Ham Smasher on him instead of Ward Master. And yeah, that's pretty much the team, you know. So I'm gambling a lot in here, guys. Hopefully, they're not going to let me down. I have 3 runs, you know. So hopefully, we're getting there.
All right, wait.
That's all I'm saying.
Before we get to the run. You got to pee in the cup real quick. Make sure we're good.
60 frames for you.
Right.
Low quality, because why not just to match the trend and going back to...
Yeah, this is going to make a great YouTube video. I'm loving this.
Going back to stage 20, so there we go. On the team setup, so basically, we have a Crypt King landing HP burn. We have Karam going in with the A1. So my Thermitter manipulation comes from A1 masteries from everybody. That's how I'm manipulating the Thermitter on the Spider Queen. Then he's gonna open with the A3 on his second turn. Then we have Anax. We're gonna start with the A2. So we're gonna get some poisons in. Then we're gonna go to the A1. Husk is actually gonna open with the A3. Then we're gonna go into the A2. So we're gonna need to have that defense down. And Battle Alcazar, he's gonna do his magic in that.
Sure.
Ready to rumble, yeah?
Wow. I'm excited about this one. This is gonna be interesting. The RNG factor, that's big.
That's my only problem. So hopefully they're not gonna let me down 3 times in a row. You know, that's my whole thing there.
Got some poisons off the jump.
I had to play it a bit differently because it was not gonna work out to beat the time anyway. You know, like,
a lot of poison.
A lot of poison.
Come on, defense down. Defense down, baby.
There's the defense down.
Oh,
Oh,
look at that.
31 seconds.
close.
31 seconds. Oh, this is
That's
gonna
too close
be.
for comfort.
This is gonna be close. Whew.
Yeah, so actually that 29 seconds got me off my feet a bit, you know? Got me off my feet a bit, you know what I mean? This is not the best, but just saying, you know?
Yeah. Just it ain't too far off it. Ooh, that's gonna be interesting. All right. So 31 seconds. That was a pretty darn good run, my friend. Pretty darn good run. All right, well let's get the next
Do it
one.
again.
You're recording,
Let's
right?
get it.
Just want to make sure we got this.
Yeah, I'm recording it.
Oh,
Okay, there we go. Weak hits. If
Ugh.
everything goes bad, it's not as good. It's not as good, trust me. I had a more reliable team at around 50 to 60 seconds. That was kind of like the average time. But that had a lot of problems. In terms that 50 to 60 seconds is not good enough, you know?
mm-hmm.
I knew that I would have had no chance with that.
I'm just loving the creativity that's going into this, right? Like, I don't think anybody would have I mean, Karam. Like, really?
Yeah, that's a pretty cool outside the box pick, actually. I like it.
Nice. 35 seconds. Not.
We have one more run to go.
Oh, man.
Don't let me down, guys. I know you can do it. Twice in a row, it actually worked pretty good. I was not expecting it to go that good, but if I'm getting more poisons, so I have the masteries on them to increase a bit the duration of the debuffs, you know. So hopefully, if that kicks on, we're gonna be able to reach that 29 seconds, you know. That's what I'm hoping.
Oh man, I don't even know what to do if there's a tie in this. I just have. We might have to have a runoff. I had never thought about that, but we might have to have a runoff here. One and done type of run.
Oh, that's big.
2.8 million. Come on, come on, come on.
Oh, this is close.
Do it. No.
There's almost too many animations in between.
Yeah, that was one thing, but it was all about the speeds I had to get him in order.
Yeah,
So
awesome team, man. That's awesome.
he didn't land that defense down there, and then we got a weak hit from Husk anyway. But we could have reached that 30 seconds just for the fun of it.
42 seconds.
That's pretty much.
I'm not gonna lie. 42 seconds is flipping amazing. I think. Never would have thought that with this kind of a team. That's fantastic, dude. Just fantastic.
That was really cool.
We can see here the final results. Obviously, Ivy's topped right now. Was that? Have you done faster than 31 seconds?
Yeah, 29.
29 was your top.
Oh.
So I haven't got that lucky today, but I'll take it. You know, 31 is good.
Yeah.
The average was 30. So I got 29 a couple of times. 30 I got it multiple times. You know.
That's a really good result.
Yeah, mine was like 38 all the
I
time.
got 1 minute and 40 seconds as well, and I was like, please don't let it happen 3 times in a row, because I'm gonna jump from the window. Luckily, I'm on the ground floor, so nothing will happen. But
Oh man, it's such a unique approach to spiders, right? Because HP burn, sure, that makes a lot of sense, but the fact that you're going with poisons, poison exploder, you know, using husk, obviously weak affinity is an issue, but boy, that was a real creative approach to things. You guys, both of you, Ivy, Skratch, you guys both blown me away so far. Now, you know, no pressure, Hades, but don't disappoint.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Yeah, sure, anytime. So how are you feeling right now about your squad?
I'm feeling pretty pressured right now. I'm not gonna lie. I'm feeling pretty under pressure.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm gonna give it my best. That's all I can do. I will say though, for some reason, I cannot record. I don't know what's going on, but I've never had this before, and it's telling me I cannot record right now. I don't know why not. Which does not help when I know you need a recording. I don't know why it's not letting me do it.
I had the
It might
same
be because
issue.
it knows what's to come, but it's just saying an error occurred.
Okay.
And I've literally never had it say that before.
Maybe
since
I
I've been
could
recording.
pull up yours on mine and watch your stream instead. Let me see.
Give it a try. Give it a try.
Yeah.
Give it a shot.
So yeah. Sorry, man.
That's
I don't
okay.
know why it's doing
Hey, you know what? This is what happens. This is live right now. You know, we can't do perfect all the time.
Alright.
And trying to get all this working together
I
is
can
always
do
a bit
it.
of a challenge. But
Right. Shall I show you some champions?
yeah, why don't you go ahead, show some champions. We'll get this started. Maybe Ivy can save the day for us here.
I can
Okay.
I could record the whole Discord thing, but I can't record like just his screen. Is that okay? So it might be a little smaller, but at least it's better than.
Sure. If you can you
Wow. Okay.
can you click on it and blow it up to be the big screen?
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah, why not?
That'll be great. That'll be great.
That's a thing. You're right. That's a thing.
Right
we want to
then.
give the viewers the best experience we can. Look at this. People stepping up. This is what I love. All right, show us your champions
Oh
here.
wait. All right. Yeah, go ahead.
This is probably the one that people were expecting. We got Tyrant in the mix as my HP burner. He's semi-naked just because I don't really want him to do any damage. Basically, I just want him for his HP burn, and the more he hits, the more damage he does to spiderlings, and I want the spiderlings to be nice and healthy, like we've seen with the other two here. Well, no, actually, not the other two. I was expecting the other two, but actually, like we saw with Ivy's, we want the spiderlings nice and healthy so they can burn to death. And then we just got War Master as the main mastery. We've also got probably someone else that people were expecting to see, Achak the Wenderin. So my Achak is relatively quick, 218. Just needs enough accuracy to do the job. I do have refresh accessories and I've got reflex gear to try and proc. Basically, I just want his freeze. I just want his freeze. And I want it back as quickly as I can get it. Other than that, I turn off the A2. I'll show you in a second. But again, we're just after War Master procs. And we've got the Mastery, which has got a small chance to let me get my skill back again. But he is negative affinity. So the freeze was very unreliable. Not good enough, honestly. So we brought in a second freezer, which is the Hellfang.
I have to say, I saw a sneak peek of the team you were using, and I'm so excited to see this one in action.
So Hellfang, the thing with rares, you're only allowed to equip 2 pieces, otherwise it's cheating. So we've only got a chest and some boots on the Hellfang. Otherwise it would have been over-geared. People don't like it when I over-gear champions, so I thought bring the gear level down, make sure that it's free to play friendly. So we've got a Hellfang, 159 speed, 227 accuracy just to land the freeze. And we're all about this A3 here, basically 75% chance to land a freeze. And then I gave him the Mastery, which gives me another 5%.
Oh, wow.
So basically we've got an 80% chance to freeze with this fella. And it only works if we bring in the Hound Spawn. So again, because it's a rare, we're going with just the chest and the boots. Otherwise, we'd be over gearing the rares.
Understood.
And we got War Master on this one just for damage when he hits. It does actually bring me, though, a decreased defense as well, which is pretty good. I basically want him to land the decreased defense and then be dead. Then, like, drop down, get out of my run, and let everyone else do their job. And then the one which I've never used before, which was a bit of a novelty, actually, and totally underestimated this guy, was my turn meter control champ, Skimfoss.
Wow.
And Skimfoss has got a decreased speed A1. Decent enough chance to land it. And he's also got a full turn meter still A3. So he is the sole person dealing with turn meter for this run. And again, he's just got War Master to try and get hits away. He's in refresh gear to try and get that A3 back as quick as he can so that we don't ever have the main spider taking a turn.
Huh. That is an interesting choice. I never would have.
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of rated him on the website and stuff, but I've never really kind of pushed him into a team because there's just more natural choices. So I've been really impressed with him. So we're on 60 FPS. I'm on ultra graphics. I don't go below ultra, so I'm going to leave it there. And if I lose, that can be a good excuse.
Fantastic.
So
that's absolutely fascinating to me. I like the Devil Dog team. The 2 hounds and all the other demon spawn champions. This one's gonna be interesting. Yeah, the skill priorities here.
Yeah, so Skimfoss, even though his A2 is actually good for most people running this, I would advise the A2 stays on. You get an AoE decrease attack, which is good when you're taking spiderling damage, but going for speed, so I just kind of want the 2 abilities. I don't want the A2 done on cooldown because his refresh will then only land on the A3. Hound Spawn, we just start with the drop defense and then we turn off the nuke because I don't want spiderlings taking damage. Hellfang, we start with the freeze, and then we've actually got a weaken on the A2 as well, so comes in with the weaken for some better War Master hits. Tyrant, we burn, and that's it. I actually want him to burn and then never use it again, so he just A1s after that to try and get War Master procs.
Oh,
the A3, we turn off. Again, I wouldn't turn this off if I was building a team for someone, but I'm going for speed. And then Achak, A3, and then A1s. His A1's got no real speed, time of animation, so it was just better for me than the A2.
Makes sense.
That's
You just
the
wanted
team.
A3 anyway. Just get those freezes out.
Just the freezers, yeah. So we get 1 burnout, and basically the aim is we kill the spider with 1 set of HP burn. So I've got no enemy max HP stuff here. My faction doesn't have it. And the one champion that could really make the difference here is not allowed. So, yeah, we're just going straight up with burn damage.
So 2 full rotations of HP burn. That's enough to kill the spider.
Just
line.
one
one
burn going right the way through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's Let's guys. All right, here we go. He's got the top time right now is 29 seconds. The second time, 31 seconds. So if you can hit that sweet 30, you'll get silver. Otherwise, gold or bronze. Let's see how this happens. Super intrigued by this team.
So we don't use Achak's freeze yet. We wait until the other one. We didn't land our decreased defense, which is the RNG factor.
That seems problematic.
It's not ideal. First set of freezes go off. We then get the second chance of freeze from Achak.
Got the weaken out.
Now this is where you can kind of see while sweating a bit, because I'm just nowhere near as quick. I'm nowhere near as quick.
Yeah.
But it is consistent.
You know, I mean, consistency matters. I mean, not in this, but...
Yeah, not in this, unfortunately.
My recording actually froze. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all good.
It doesn't really matter. No one should see this back.
Yeah, I can't record it.
Oh, let's go again. That's a poor run.
All right. Hold on. Before you start, I have to update the draft board here with this.
Right, that one is a fail.
Yep, that's what first one.
Actually, literally never fails, by the way.
Oh, of course.
There we go.
Like,
all right.
Must be something to do with the ultra graphics. Let's go again.
That's probably what it was.
Come on. Land your stuff, people. Decrease defense. There we go.
That's big. AoE freeze. That freeze is legit.
Yeah, the freeze is good. Got the drop speed on, so that's going to help us out better as well.
Second freeze, not so much.
Green.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. There you go.
We're in the middle of run 2.
We landed the decreased defense. Landed the decreased speed.
Yeah, we landed decreased speed this time early, which means that the main spider shouldn't ever get a turn, as long as Skimfrost is keeping its A3 going.
Got some poisons out there.
Yeah, so because he was starting to tank, he actually froze the poisons back. And that's the run, 58.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
I don't know really. I honestly don't know if I could have done it quicker, because I don't really have like any other fancy mechanics.
Well, this is 100% the challenge, right? It's like, what do you have to work with?
I don't have like the enemy max HP skill, and you see how much damage that does. And I don't have Poison Exploder to even kind of play around with. Sakir would have been the answer to speed, and obviously that was banned away. So, yeah, I mean, at least we've gone with a bit of a meme team with some fun mechanics, but I don't know that I could have done it much quicker.
Wow. So interesting how different factions really have their pluses and minuses going on here. All right, well, let's see if we can't... Yep, got the decreased defense this time.
I was definitely impressed with this Skimfrost, though, in terms of like just a champion that's different to one I've used in the past, and bringing in someone that brings you decreased speed and a full turn meter steal. It's actually massive, Spider. If you're trying to make use of these burns, you see that everyone's kind of low damage because the burns are the damage. But yeah, just having someone that does 2 big kind of turn meter things from here.
Well,
Jack is also well known, but really good.
I've always been really intimidated by Skimfost's, book-long description of his skills, as far as like how do I use them and stuff. This is actually looking like a really nice run here, though. Gotten all the speeds and everything going on
here. Yeah, quite a lot of freezes. Achak's actually landed quite a few. There we go. 55.
55 seconds. Okay. I think a very respectable run.
Yeah, it's not quite the point scoring run I was looking for, though. I've got to be honest with you.
What was your best time?
55 seconds.
Oh, okay.
That's not best.
Reasonable.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Just rub it in either.
Sorry.
Don't apologize. All right, so let's get these standings updated here.
By the standings, you put PR. That was my best for this team, but not my best on my account, if that's what you thought I meant.
Oh, no. I definitely mean for this team. Obviously,
Okay,
none of these
good.
are
I
going to
was
be
gonna
best for the
say,
account.
because
Yeah,
people in the chat were talking like, oh, that's her personal record. I'm like, oh, God, no, that's not my personal record.
maybe I should put
that
FR for faction record. That could be a good way to do that.
PR saved her here.
Okay, guys.
Was pretty close, if no.
That was an incredibly good competition today. And so we obviously need to, celebrate our winners here. So win third place, getting the bronze trophy with, I think, a very respectable 55-second run, Mr. Hell Hades. Yay! And then coming in second, silver medal, part of Team Scranubus. I should have mentioned Hell Hades being part of Ghost Squad. Part of Team Scranubus with an incredible 31-second run is Skratch Plays. Hey! And then, of course, coming in first with the gold medal, a personal record with this faction, of course, on Team CSI, an absolutely outstanding run, Ivy League Gaming. Yay!
Well done, Ivy League.
Team CSI.
That was, I'm not gonna lie, I did not expect any times close to this when I started this whole endeavor here. I figured, there'd be a couple 2-minute runs in here, like there's just some factions that don't work with it. I am shocked that all of you were able to get under a full minute. I think that's incredibly impressive. I was shocked at the champions you guys brought in. I think this might be the only fully built Hellfang ever in the history of Raid. I don't know that anyone has ever done that before. That's just incredible champions.
Remember, he's not built.
Yeah.
The fun thing, actually, if you play these two together, it's actually Hound Spawn is the fun one. He nukes like no other champion in the game when these two are together, but it didn't really work for this setup. So.
Yeah, the Hellspawn, I was shocked with that AoE freeze and stuff. Like, really creative team, really smart approach to that. Obviously, Skratch bringing Karam, the Huss, the RNG squad right there. I thought it was really, really good. And I was kind of shocked to see how it worked, and the fact that it would work even if the RNG wasn't really on your side. I would think that was pretty impressive too.
That was scary, man. That was scary. A lot of RNG there. I had to gamble it because you see, I had a slightly different team, and that was around Hell Hades this time as well. But I knew that everybody's gonna be around that time. Like I looked at the factions once I found out who's doing the spider, and I was like, this is not gonna be good enough. I gotta change it because I'm not gonna make it,
Well, you thought everybody was gonna be around that time, but unfortunately for you,
yeah,
of course,
exactly.
Ivy League brought the heat today.
She did.
That was
Absolutely
really great team and run. I think using only 4 champions was that might have been part of the secret sauce there. Really, just impressive. Really, I love the Astralon stun part of it, and of course, Armiger was huge. Just like what a game changer. Yeah, I don't think anybody was thinking when you guys chose these factions, I don't think Armiger was on anybody's, ban list. I don't think he was in your considerations. But boy, that for a common champion or uncommon champion really brings the fire to things.
It does.
Had to do Cold Brew proud
That way.
with his boy Armiger.
I mean, of course, right? Team CSI. What you didn't have a choice, did you? That was really phenomenal. Well, okay, look, before we wrap up here today, because I mean, obviously that was just impressive, but I think the chat, I would like to definitely get some of your thoughts on this, like as far as like, now that we actually see the specific teams you're using, like what were the biggest challenges you were going with? Any other considerations as far as team builds you were doing? Like, just talk to us a little bit about like how you guys approached this whole experiment here. Whoever's ready to go, because there's I'm interested about all of you guys' stuff.
I knew that Achak and Tyrant are basically a 2-man team that could just do Spider. So that was just my starting point. Was I know that I can burn, I know I can freeze. So after that, I was just like, how do I stop the main Spider getting a turn? Because if the Spider gets a turn, then you basically double the time of your run, and you open yourself up to a lot more RNG as well. So after that, I was like, well, who in this faction can actually do a good job on turn meter? And honestly, there's not many. Like, there's not a lot that do it. I don't own a Countess Lix. So kind of came back and I was like, the Skimfoss seems to be the dude. And then I was looking for someone that could actually do a drop defense so that my Warmaster hits could do some damage. I actually started off with a different champion Who was it? Start off with another. Oh, Hellgazer.
Oh.
Hellgazer has got a decreased defense on her A1, and I was like, actually, she can do a job. So she came in first for me, and I started to get closer to a minute because the Wallmaster Prox was doing some good damage. But I felt like it was too much RNG to have a negative affinity as my kind of control, and there really wasn't a lot of control champions open to me in Demon Spawn. In terms of doing like a full AoE control. Similar problem to what Ivy was saying. I actually didn't really have anyone. There's no AoE stuns. There's nothing like that. So I was then like, well, who else has got a freeze or a stun that's more consistent? And turns out the best one for me was this crazy rare.
Freaking hell thing. That's
It's funny how kind of deep you have to go into the faction before you actually start to find the mechanics that you need. And it's all about mechanics. It's just about how do you kind of do all of the different things you need it to do. I kind of tried full-on nukes. There's just not enough damage without enemy max HPs. I've got Magna, I've got Candy, I've got high damage champions. They just don't do the work.
Yeah.
So,
well, the other hard part.
A burn.
The other hard part with those AoE damage dealers is that the spiderlings respawning. That's a lot of animation time. A lot of animation time going on right there.
And actually getting the freeze or control is so important for time because the more freezes you've got up, the less they're moving with the burn, and the more time you save basically. So
we definitely saw that
fun puzzle.
We definitely saw that, I think, with Ivy's team, with that, when you see that Astralon stun, all of a sudden she's able to reset all those skills again and again. I don't know, Ivy, if you had any champions that you were, any other champions you were playing around with. I know we kind of talked a little bit about that, or, any unique challenges that you found doing this.
Yeah, I think I touched on them so far. I mean, really, it was more debating about the HP burn. Like when it came down to using Mordecai and Cupidus, or just one, I really thought I needed both. So at first that's why I started with both. And I guess I was so used to having that reset where you get to do it again. But it ended up being enough. I was surprised at, honestly. But if it wasn't for Armiger having a little bit extra smash compared to a standard hit, I think I would have needed both HP burns to have some more ticks happen. I don't think it would have been as quick.
Yeah, I mean, Armiger, easily the MVP of this one. I think that's pretty. I mean, he crushed it for you. It was pretty awesome watching him reduce the turn meter and then just the big hits on top of that. But that was great. Did you try having a 5th champion in there, or were you like pretty confident 4 was going to be better?
I had the same comp plus Cupidus. At first I started with Deacon and Cupidus without Fennex, then I added Fennex, and then I had Cupidus in there at first, and when he wasn't needed. There was enough. And then at first I didn't have Armiger's A2 prioritized. I'm glad I did that. But I was realizing that I didn't really need as much turn meter control as I thought I did. So that's why I originally took out Deacon. Like you could tell there was enough turn meter control going on without Deacon in there. So I gambled with Fennex and his 60% decreased defense.
Yeah.
Even though he runs up to the boss, his slow animations. Both him and Armiger have to run up and hit. We always hate that when it comes to these speed runs, but it ended up being okay in the end.
Yeah, it turned out really good, I would say. I mean, speaking of the RNG, though, of course, the RNG king over here, Skratch, with your random squad. So, like, talk about some of the other champions that you were looking at building this, because I'm pretty positive these weren't the only 5 that you really had in mind off the bat. I mean, did you think Karam right off the jump and you're like, oh, this is the way to go, or were you did you have to find your way there?
No, like the first half an hour I wasn't looking at Karam at all, so because as soon as we've done our first video, I went and built the team after. So Husk was definitely in there. I went straight for Creep King Ral, and I'm so glad that they haven't actually banned him, because if they were banning him, they were gonna cripple my entire faction for the Spider, and I already kind of like picked Spider from before, I tried Netril. Unfortunately, Netril, Vlad, and other champions like this, they manipulate the turn meter on the Spiderlings as well, and that's gonna slow me down even more. So I had a pretty consistent team, averaging in between 50 and 60 seconds, How I mentioned, I wasn't happy enough with getting just that. That was consistent. I was constantly getting the same time. But the problem there was that was not really the necessity. the winning time, you know. So I tried the Netril. I was thinking of Leech just to try and take it on a different route without Karam, but again, his Force Affinity Tomb was another champion that I literally just realized that is in there, Stitched Beast, that fully depletes the Termiter, but I completely forgot about that rare champion. I literally just remember like 10 minutes ago. But other than that, I haven't really tried many other champions from this faction for it, you know, because they don't really bring what they need in order to make the run faster. I could have went Creep King Ral, deplete the Termiter, HP burn, freeze, but I was gonna need more damage, and if I was just going with Husk, probably I wasn't gonna get it. Like the difference of damage that I had from Husk with defense down and without was like massive, double the damage easy. So I had to bring in Anax to get poisons for Karam and get that defense down as well, and control the Termiter just from masteries with the A1 from every single champion when we're hitting the boss.
A fascinating team, guys. You all, I don't know what to say. You all brought the fire today. You all did a fantastic job with this. I'm honestly shocked at these speeds. This is pretty wild. I don't think my fastest, I mean, even when I built speed teams, I don't know that I actually ever got faster than this. This is pretty ridiculously good. 29 seconds, 31 seconds is preposterous. And you know, the great thing about this is we actually got to see a couple different approaches to taking down the boss, right? Like obviously max HP was one of them, HP burn is another one, you know, turn meter control, like all these different ways to do this. And I think it's gonna be great for everybody watching out there that's struggling with spiders. I already saw some comments from our video or collab that went up, people going like, well, maybe I'll learn how to do spiders faster after this. So very excited to see what people are going to be able to take away from this. But thank you guys so much for coming by. Great job. Obviously, Goat Squad find themselves in a little bit of a hole.
We're struggling. We are struggling.
2 events down, 2 bronze medals. It's gonna.
I got to bring it for Hydra.
Gonna have to. Yeah, you're probably gonna have to step up the game a little bit across the board. I mean, CSI on the other hand, killing it right now. Double the gold. It's you know, fast start, but we'll have to see how it finished because you know, Skratch is staying steady, providing some real good results, keeping the pressure on. You know, got some of the smartest people in this game here, so I'm really interested to see where you guys can get to. I've been keeping track of everybody's progress in these different events as they're training and talking with their team, trying to get to that next level. They're putting in some extra work. It's been really interesting and fun to watch, and you know, thank you guys for being a part of all this.
No worries. Thanks for organizing, man. It's really good fun.
It's fun. Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Absolutely. So look, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Again, you know, thank you to Hell Hades, Skratch, as well as Ivy Lee. Make sure to go ahead and follow them, sub to them on YouTube. I have all their links down below, so make sure to check that out. As always, if you're interested on how the standings are going for this, they're going to be updated every time I put up the YouTube video for this, so you can check out the website where they'll all be there, deadwoodjedi.com. What else do I have to do? Oh yeah, if you enjoyed today's music, there is a Soundstripe link down below in the pinned comment description. Don't use Skratch's code, use mine.
You knew what's coming.
Always. What else do we got today? We're going to be giving away some gems right now as well, but we're going to save that for after this YouTube video. So thanks again for coming by, watching. We'll have another collaboration coming up tomorrow, so make sure to check that out for our next event, Arena. Arena's going to be interesting. Arena's going to be very interesting. You're going to want to check out for that. So stay tuned, guys. Thanks so much for coming up. Thanks again, Hell Hades, Ivy, and Skratch for coming by. Thanks for everybody else that stopped by the chat. And we had over 1,000 viewers again today. Fabulous stuff. Love it. So yeah, that's all we got. Until next we meet on the Deadwood Jedi.